Gun, Shalom Akim. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Qadash. Double honors to the elder apostles of the great Millstone who teach and rule well, and Shalom to the sincere Akim and his truth and sincerity. Shalom. In this video, I want to talk about the RFID or NFC technology that they're about to bring out, concerning prophecy unfolding. And what I mean by that is that in the book of Revelation, the 13th chapter talks about that this current society that we live in, which is the revived Roman Empire, will eventually roll out a system that is based on RFID microchip technology or NFC chip technology. And there's going to be no other way for you to partake in that society that we're about to roll into, other than receiving this chip. So I have a video about how the CBDC implants under your skin. That's the title of the video. How one of the high people within this company. Let me see.
This is Richard Werner, the top academic scholar in the world on.
So he is Richard Werner, a top academic scholar.
Central banking. He wrote
concerning central banking. He talks about how their plan is, to basically implant the people, man, with these for these, the new system that's about to roll in. So let's watch this video. There's another video that I want to, briefly talk about, which is concerning the future for brain implant technology, which is also biblical prophecy, because it talks about that in Revelation chapter 13 as well. The mark in the right hand or in the foreheads. And that forehead is representing that brain implant technology. Let's go to the first video, talk a little bit about it.
Book and did the documentary The Princes of the Yen about the Japanese central bank. Here he is in Malmo, Sweden in May.
The nature of this CBDC, what is it actually going to look like? They never talk about that. Right. But I heard one European central banker tell me what it's going to look like. He saw it. He was invited to one of the old central banks in Europe that are very much promoting this. And they showed him. And, he's a top, executive director of another central bank in Europe. And there's no reason to believe that he was telling me a story. And it was around this large and would be implanted under your skin.
A British company has an idea that.
So here we have this top scholar who got in a conversation with someone who's associated with banking concerning the future of CBDC, which is central bank digitalized currency, which that means that cash is going to be done away with and a new system with a new currency is going to be instated. And what he explains is, that microchip that has the size of a grain of rice being implanted under their skin, which that is, the mark of the beast, man. Which that is that technology, man, that the scriptures foretold.
That would let you ditch your wallet or purse and still be able to pay for things. The company Wallet More says the $300 chip is the size of a grain of rice. You'd most likely have it implanted in your hand, and once it's activated, you can use it at a checkout by just swiping your hand over the card reader.
FTX blew up in spectacular fashion. It looks like fraud. But in the wake of that, rather than thinking through, why did regulators let this happen, there's a new effort underway to regulate every single financial transaction that occurs in this country through something called the Central Bank Digital Currency, CBDC. If that happens, we're done.
So you might have missed what happened Wednesday afternoon at the Fed, but they started their CBDC. Maybe we should start having the conversation of, gosh, this looks like the mark of the beast.
Quote COVID makes it accelerates the process of digitalization and automatization. It legitimizes the deployment of mass surveillance, even in democratic countries, and it makes surveillance go under your skin.
So a couple of things that was being mentioned here that the elder apostle James and Don already spoke about, for years, man. Technology that would come in the latter end. Cash will be done away with, and the only way for you to partake in the society is if you accept it, man. You know. So this is the next video. I'm not gonna, I said I'm gonna play it, but I'm gonna talk about it a little bit. So what has been discussed in this video is the ethical and moral value of this technology, because what they're able to do step by step is, people that have an impaired function, for instance, they don't have their arms or they have lost the function of certain body parts, they're able to use this technology together with the brain, with the insertion in the brain, um, and make these robotic arms or robotic systems, if you want to call it like that, function on whatever the brain puts it to work. In a video, it's being shown how a man that hasn't been able to drink by himself for years is able to use a mechanical arm that was placed on the table and made it basically bring the cup towards his face, man, with a straw. So this technology, makes it able for people that have a basically an ailment, whether lost legs, lost function of their legs, or lost function of any other body part, for that to be brought back, man. Which that's very convenient. But the fact that this brain implant technology, is inserted into the brain and has a certain how you say that? Um, it's basically the same as the chip that's in the hand. It eventually it will be able to do the same thing as the microchip that's going to be put into their hands. People that might have lost their legs or their arms, that don't have a place, for the chip to be put. When that chip's going to be put into their brain, they still have that same function as the other chip, which will be put in the hand. This is all biblical prophecy, man. This is Revelation chapter 13, verse 16. And he caused all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. And the he is referring to the revived Roman Empire, man. That's the EU and the NATO. So here it says that this current society will eventually cause everybody, whether you are of a great stature, whether you're a low stature, whether you're an adult, whether you are a child, whether you are rich or poor, whether you are in prison or whether you're a so-called free man walking, this society is going to make sure that you, in order to participate, have to take this chip. And that's also being referred to in the scriptures as the hour of temptation, because the people need to make a decision. You're going to be down with the system. You're going to pledge your allegiance, to Esau, which is the so-called bioman upon the earth, or are you going to pledge your allegiance to the Heavenly Father? Of course, you also have the middle people that that don't know about the scriptures, that don't know about the truth, that don't follow the ways of the Heavenly Father, but they're also not down with the system. You're also going to have those people that are going to try to survive by their by themselves, prepping for the times to come. But that this is coming is one thing that's for sure. You see, and it says to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. And that mark, where you go into it, goes into the word karakma, which if you go deeper into the word karakma, it says a stamp or an imprinted mark. It says things carved, sculpture, graven work. Go deeper, it goes to the word Karax, which says from carousel to sharpen to a point akin to the idea of scratching. So it says a pill or stake, a palisade. And that's the instrument being used to implement this technology, man. Of course, when they open up your brain, they're going to use different measures, but the idea is the same. They're going to implant uh, electronic device or microchip technology in the brain or in the forehead. You see, so this is referring to the syringe. And eventually, when you go a little bit deeper into the word carousel, it goes to the word grapho, which says to write with reference to the form of the letters, to delineate or form letters on a tablet, parchment, paper, or other material, to write with reference to the contents of the writing. So this is referring to the information that will be able to be stored on this technology. You see? So everything adding up together, it actually becomes quite clear that this is referring to the microchip technology, man. The RFID technology that they're gonna roll out. And there are all kind of convenient ways that they bring it out. If you don't have to bring your wallet.
Brain of right is the wallet more says the 300 let you ditch your wallet.
It says here, she says,
Would let you ditch your wallet.
Your skin.
A British company has an idea that would let you ditch your wallet or purse and still be able to pay for things.
see, how convenient is that, man? How convenient is it, to not have to take your wallet with you, man? In this day and age, we're able to use our phones. We don't need to have our wallet with us. You know, we can just use our phones and pay for things. So the way that this society is being prepared, it's being prepared to receive this technology, man. If people are willing to receive it, man. And the time is going to come that people need to take it in order to partake in the society. And that's what we're heading into. Because it says in Revelation 13, verse 17, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. So you're not able to buy or sell, which that means, partaking in the ways of the society. But only if you have this mark, only if you have this technology to do such things. Buy, sell, show your identification. Who are you? Do you have a license? What is your medical information? These are all things that can be stored on that chip. It says, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here's wisdom that him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number 603 and that goes into 666. If you check out the barcodes, there are three locations on the barcode that have a missing number. The number that is supposed to be there is 666. You see, so it shows you as well that this all has to do with with um, with purchasing, man. Because if you go to the store, for instance, you buy let me see, this pink marker or this blue one. Here it even shows you, man. There are three locations, on the marker that don't have anything, man. But for you, in order to purchase a marker, you need to go to the cashier, let it be scanned, and then you can purchase it, man. And that's the thing that they're heading towards, because they want to do away with cash, because cash is also not traceable. You see, but their end goal is basically to make people bow down to their to their society, man. Trying to establish that new world order, you know. But we're not supposed to do that, man. Especially not us Israelites, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. Because the scriptures forewarn us concerning, what's going to happen with those that do follow his ways, man, of this society. This is Revelation chapter 14, verse 9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand. So those that do worship the way of the society and also um, receive the mark that you need in order to participate in the society, which is that chip or that brain chip, the same shall drink the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. So those people are going to receive the judgment of the Heavenly Father by way of thermonuclear missiles. You see, and this is what we're heading towards, man. And as time gets closer and closer, we see that there's more evidence being brought out that it's referring to the mark of the beast. That it all links up, man. It's all uh, 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 tightly knit together. You see, the evidence is clear, man. And if people don't see it, it's because the Most High don't want you to see it. And that's actually a very fearful and terrible thing, man, to realize, man. You know that the Most High don't want you to have this, man. That the Most High basically wants to destroy you. That's a very, 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 very frightening thing, man. You see, but those people that are Israelites, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and those scattered among the heathen nations, looking like the heathen nations, but his lineage does go back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, according to their father's seed line. We're not supposed to take it, man. But at the time to come, we need to rely on Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. We need to rely on Him for the want of all things. Because we're gonna lose our houses, we're gonna lose our families, we're gonna lose everything, you know, that we so-called worked for in this current life, man. We're gonna be put to the test. The ultimate test is ahead, man. The test of our faith. You see. So with that, I hope and pray that this lesson was edifying. And with that, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Qadash. Double honors to the elder apostles of great Millstone who teach and rule well, and shalom to the sincere Akyam, furnished truth and sincerity. Shalom.